car inventory. Our monthly average mile per gallon for all of them altogether is 15 miles a gallon. About what I pick up. I didn't have a question, just comment.
Are you commenting that it's better than what you thought, or?
No, it's about what I would expect. I think we do a lot of stop and start, and probably a lot of idling and
Yes.
Well, I think, Bill, the two K9 cars, if you could pull those two K9 cars out,
yeah, they're
I think that mileage would go up
Yeah.
significantly, wouldn't it,
way
Sheriff?
down.
Well, I'd go up a little bit, yes.
Yeah.
And I've instructed the two K9 guys, the handlers, to, when at all possible, shut the cars off.
This time of year, they gotta keep the dog cool.
This time of year, they gotta keep it
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I mean, that's
Yep.
obviously more important than in the fall and winter and into the spring.
I don't have anything, I just need a comment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we get into the commissioner's report, does anybody else have any comments? Don, you're up.
Really? Okay, good thing I walked in, huh? Well, okay, thank you. First of all, have you met Pam? Sorry about that. She'll be back in a second. There was some confusing information with regard to the wind ordinance yesterday, but I think it is now probably on its way to being finished. If this is redundant information, I apologize, but in the June meeting, let's skip to that since she's handed out. I attended a meeting last Thursday, George and I did. George and I and the mayor attended a meeting last Thursday. If you read the article in the Post in the Mail, you'd only thought the mayor was there, but really George and I were there too. So, and at that meeting, John Stafford handed out those comparisons. I just thought you might be interested in seeing those comparisons for the 10-county area. So, anyway, back to the wind ordinance. In our first June meeting, the commissioners amended the wind ordinance as given to them by the Plan Commission by really kind of making the setbacks a little farther than the Plan Commission setbacks. And we sent it back to the Plan Commission then for their approval or disapproval at their June meeting, and we got neither because the vote turned out to be 4-4. The motion was to approve the commissioner's amendments. That's what the motion was for. 4 voted for the amendments, 4 voted against the amendment, and 1 abstention. So the question then was, what does that mean? What does a 4-4-1 vote mean? Early on in the process, Dave Sewell thought it meant that the commissioners would need to vote yesterday again on the amendment, but the attorney for the Plan Commission and the county attorney both believe that the law was clear in that a 4-4 vote means nothing. Nothing. Am I right, Paula? Help me out here.
No, I'm not up to date on this.
Okay, yeah, between Don and Dan and Pat Hess, okay, it was determined legally that a 4-4-1 vote means nothing. No action was taken. Therefore, the clock that started, the 45-day clock that started when the commissioners amended it, continues to run and no action on the commissioner's part is necessary, and on July 19th, the Whitley County wind ordinance will become law. So that's what was determined, so no action was taken.
It become law as you said.
Yes,
With-
as we
As
said,
the
it.
With
commissioner
the
said.
changes from the commissioners.
With the amendment from the commissioners.
Okay.
So your ordinance becomes law, commissioner's ordinance.
So it is
Yep.
the commissioner's ordinance after all.
They're all commissioners' ordinances actually, but I mean,
Yeah,
but that's kind of the way it was left. I mean, that's just the way it was left. The other thing that's very important to you and to know is that yesterday we voted to re-sign the contract with Phillips Financial and AGA and continue with the health care coverage that we currently have. But quite frankly, it's going up 22.209%. A huge hit. I will tell you publicly, it is because of our claims experience. And that's really as much as I can tell you publicly. Should we want to change plans and go somewhere else? They more than likely, I mean, we got some other, we got some other outside quotes. They were in the 30% range because of our claims experience, and they're not real familiar. The new people aren't really, they just look at our claims experience. So it's a tough nut to crack. So yesterday, we voted to accept that policy, but what we did not do was set the employer's share for next year.
Employee share.
What did it say?
Employers.
Sorry,
I
employee
just wanted to
share.
make sure that was.
No, that's right. We did not set the employee share because we don't have to right now. The way it was explained to us, we could even set the employee share starting January 1 if we wanted to. But nonetheless, we now have to look at, we have to go back and look at, well, let's see, hardcore dollars. Let me tell you what the difference is in hardcore dollars. We're currently paying $119,000 a month. That payment will go to $145. So that's the difference on a month-to-month basis. Currently, after, help me here, after the employee share, we're paying $65,000.
Averaging about 60, anywhere from 62 to 65,000 monthly for the county's portion to pay for the insurance. So the people's kickback is around 55,000 a month to pay for our thing.
And that's,
And we can say our trust in the last year, our self-insured trust that we normally kick at least one, if not two payments out, went from $398,000 to $12,000. That's our balance right
Our
now.
trust
in
has
trust.
dropped to, I hadn't heard 12,000, but I heard 22,000, so
but that, go
nonetheless.
ahead.
Yeah.
Isn't that what
Do
he
you know
said?
anything about what the AIC is trying to come up with?
Okay. The AIC is looking at a statewide. Perhaps the AIC can handle a statewide insurance plan. And I know it was kind of a kick in the teeth to our broker, but we did give that information that they wanted to our broker and said, you know, will you please give us this information? It's sort of kick in the teeth to them, but still, you know, we have to look at it. We have to assist the AIC, and because there's value in numbers, right? In the insurance game, isn't that really where it's at? Kind of in numbers, so.
But those premium,
Yeah.
those premium dollars you quoted, that's with the same coverage we have now, identical coverage.
Thank you. Yes, we had an option to raise the deductibles from $600 to $700 and about double the co-pays. And on the fixed side, monthly fixed side, had we done that, we would save $75 a month. It just didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense. So, which much of this doesn't make a lot of sense. So.
On these claims, is there something major happened or just kind of in general? We've had a couple.
Jim, I can't tell you publicly.
But we have had a couple big ones or something? Yes.
3.
And quite frankly, there'll be some continuation also.
So, Bill, at the meeting I attended on Saturday on the AIC talked about the insurance card on there, and right now that's what they call a work in process on it. They're compiling all this data on it, and they're gonna take a look at it and then get some information back out to the counties.
Well, that
a
would,
good move.
will they think that, how soon will that be available?
They didn't say.
Or
Just
this year or not?
No, I would guess. I would think where they're started right now, I think it'd be a year before they even have any way of
Okay,
knowing.
That's
yeah.
fine, that's what I want to know.
Yeah. When I had my dealership, the very best health insurance we ever got was when the Indiana Auto Dealers Association went together and got it. It was, I remember it was a significant drop then. So hopefully this might be an answer. But yeah. I get, there are some good sides. There is some good information. Yesterday, we signed an agreement with LabCorp. Let your blood draw, your lab draw people. Starting August 1st, that will be done in the immunization center here in this building. It will currently be for those enrolled in our insurance policy only, not, and their families. Whatever you're covered, will be covered down there. The labs will continue to be free and done right here in the building. It's a unique project. Nobody had ever, we're the first ones that ever thought about utilizing your health department to do it, and they're real excited to try it. There is a possibility down the road that we can do it for the public and actually make some money on it. We're going to be paid right now $5 per draw, so we're going to get $5 a draw to do it. So, but they asked if we would be interested in doing it for the public, and we said, right now, no. We just want to make sure our employees have some place to go here in the county. That was the main feature there. So,
Don, by doing that, what's the liability? Is there any more liability by doing that or not?
I wouldn't think so. She gives immunizations day in and day out. I can't imagine there'd be. I could certainly check with John Lefevre to see, but I can't imagine.
I mean, if you open it up to the public.
Oh, if you open up the public, I think you better review it then. I think you better review it. Yes, I think it definitely. So, I guess the burn ban is extended as it was. No burning, no fireworks, and that will go through July the 9th at 1 o'clock, at which time we'll review it again. It is a declaration, a local emergency declaration. It has been determined by our county attorney and the prosecuting attorney here in Whitley County that it does not violate or there's a state law that says you can't ban fireworks from like June 29th through July 6th, something along that line. By declaring an emergency declaration, it supersedes that, and we can and will ticket people for fireworks and fires, and the county prosecutor will prosecute the cases. So I just hope we don't have to. I hope it's not.
Yesterday, 1/2 block from the South Whitley Police Station, where he could have sat right at his desk and looked right out the window, the guy was burning the log.
Okay. Huh? He certainly had the right to get out and ticket him. So. Yep, and you know, and lots of people are upset from the standpoint they'd like to get rid of all their yard debris from the storm, and I can appreciate that, so. Then I gave you the Lowett comparisons, and the only other thing that I have that I can think of is that we're having a reception for Amy here in the building this next Friday, July the 6th, from 1 to 3, right? So I invite you to attend the going away reception for Amy. So that's it for me.
Sheriff Hodges, do you wanna tell them the golf cart, what you've done? You've spoken